Hey, pressure washing business owners. My name is Jonathan Henderson with Pressure Washing Marketing Pros. In today's video, I'm going to go over Google My Business suspensions because I've been hearing a lot of guys have been getting their Google My Business suspended. And I'm going to show you guys things that can get your Google My Business suspended, what to do whenever you do get your Google My Business suspended and what to check, right? What to do and what to check when you get your Google My Business suspended. And also, I'm going to show you how to submit and where to submit your reappeal so that you get your Google My Business reinstated, because these are multiple steps that you need to take in order to fix your suspended Google My Business listing. Because as you already know, we see this dreaded, red box right here that says suspended. And Google never tells you, right, specifically what you did wrong. It just says this location has been suspended due to quality issues. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and help you rectify and fix that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you do whenever you get your Google My Business suspended, right, is you need to see if it's a soft suspension or a hard suspension. And so we'll go over both right now. So a soft suspension means your business has, for some reason, been labeled as unverified. If you get hit with a soft suspension, when you log into your Google My Business account, you'll see a suspension notice, but your listing will still show up on Google and Google Maps. Your ability to manage it will be revoked until you provide proof of verification. So a soft suspension isn't really that bad, to be honest. You just, like I said, probably have to verify your business. And so to check if you have a soft suspension, because these are the first things you need to do, is, like I said, open up Google Maps. So go to Google Maps and then also open up Google. And so when you go to Google Maps, you need to type in your actual business name, right? So mine is Pressure Washing Marketing Pros. Type in your business name and search for it, right? If your business does not show up, or if your business does show up when you type it like this, then that means that you have a soft suspension then. But I always like to double check, so always just go ahead and also Google your business name. And if you see your GMB right here, like I said, on the side, then that means you are, experiencing a soft suspension. And like I said, that is not as bad because you will still show up when people are searching particular keywords. They can still call you. They can do all of that stuff actually when you're under a soft suspension. You just can't manage it. You just can't change certain information on it. It's not that bad when you have a soft suspension. Now a hard suspension, what is that? A hard suspension is a serious problem. Google has determined your listing violates their guidelines or is otherwise ineligible for a listing. If you get hit with a hard suspension when you log into your account, you will be able to call up your listing record and will receive a removal notification. So if you do these same steps and you type in your brand name on Google Maps and it doesn't show up, then that means you have a hard suspension. If you go on Google and you type your name and you don't see your Google My Business show up on the right side like this, or you don't see it show up at all, then at that point, you are under a hard suspension. And if you're under a hard suspension, you're going to have more work to do for yourself, which why the next step that I'm going to show you guys are the Google guidelines. Now, first things first, like I said, because this is the Google My Business, or the Google Business Profile Help, because I forgot Google changed the way that they call it now. They call it Google Business Profile now. But I'm going to go ahead and provide this link in the description of this video. I'm going to provide this link in the description of the video going over all of the guidelines, because I will be going over, things that will get your business, or get your Google My Business profile suspended because of the business description, the name, the address, website, phone numbers, business hours, categories, all of that stuff. I will be going over, the content guidelines so that you guys know what to check, and you guys also know, like I said, what not to do in the future so that you get your Google My Business profile suspended again, right? Or, in the future, so that you look out for these things. And like I said, I'm going to briefly go over these and what I see the most with the pressure washing businesses. I'm not going to go heavy into this one by one when it goes by that, right? Because like I said, I'm going to provide the link to you guys in the description. So, like I said, understanding the guidelines for representing your business on Google. Understanding the basic guidelines, right? Represent your business as consistently represented and recognized in the real world, right? Across signage, stationery, and other branding. Make sure your address and or service area is accurate and precise. Choose the fewest number of categories it takes to describe your overall core business, which I will be getting into the address and the categories real particular, upcoming, because that's where I see the most suspensions happen for pressure washing businesses are the name, are the business categories they have, and their and like I said, their address. The name, business category, and their address, right? Those are the top three things I see for pressure washing business is get their Google My Business suspended. So there should only be one profile per business, as this can cause problems with how your information displays on Google Maps and search. So basically, if you try to have like 3 Google My Businesses in one city with your same name and all that, you're more than likely going to get suspended, guys. So let's go over the content guidelines for Google for business profiles, right? So business descriptions. As you guys can see, you can read that. Do not mislead users. So don't say you have a service that you do not provide in here, right? That's basically what that's saying. Display low quality, irrelevant, and distracting content. Do not go ahead and have gibberish. Use correct English grammar. Don't have a lot of spelling errors. Do not include any specials or promotions or sales like, oh, schedule an estimate today and get $15 off, for the business description. Which the business description, when you go to your G&B profile, you can check your business description right here. This is where your business description is located. You go to Google Business Profile Manager right here. You'll go to Info tab, and you'll see your business description right here, right? So these are the things you don't want to put in that business description. You know what I mean? Do not put any links in the business description. So basically, and then after that it says, do not display offensive or inappropriate content in your business description. So this is what you want to check. You want to check your business description. And basically, the biggest things that I see for pressure washing businesses, whenever they get it suspended due to their business description, is because they display links. So no website links. No links to other websites, your homepage, anything. Do not use any promotions or sales like book now and get $20 off today. Don't do that. Make sure that you check for grammar, and you don't keyword stuff. So the top 3 biggest things I see with business descriptions right here are people that have low quality content where they're keyword stuffing that can get your Google My Business profile suspended. Don't put any promotions or anything like that, like get 20% off when you book today. Don't put that in your business description. And do not include any links or URLs in your business description. And as you guys know, do not use offensive language, cuss words, sexual words. You guys know that, so I don't need to go over that. So that's business description. Your business name, like I said. So what I will say in layman and simple terms as possible when it comes to this, right? When it comes to your name, because as you can see, Google gives you all of these different scenarios, right? I'm going to tell you this. If you don't ever want your Google My Business profile to be suspended or you want to fix it, you need to do these 2 things. Or you need to address this in this way, right? Do not use geo-modifiers in your name. There'll be businesses called like ProClean, and they'll be like ProClean, and then they'll, put Sarasota, or, there actually is a ProClean in Sarasota, but they're actually a good business. So let me use something like, ProClean Houston Pressure Washing Pros, right? Do not put geo-modifiers or like their name is ProClean and then they put like of Houston, Texas. Do not do that, because what you want to do for your business name is whenever you like for your state's LLC directory, however your business name is presented in there, that is how you need to display your business name on your Google My Business profile, right? Unless like you don't have to use the LLC, like if you're called like ProClean LLC, you can take out the LLC and you can just put ProClean, which Google does tell you right here, right? So where they give an example like special characters or irrelevant legal terms, which they use LLC instead of Remax LLC, you can just be called Remax, right? So basically how your business name is displayed on your insurance, your licensing, and your LLC directory. That's how you need to have your business name. Nothing else. No geo-modifiers in your business name and no added services in your business name, right? Because I see guys, they'll be like ProClean and they'll put something like roof cleaning, gutter cleaning, paver sealing, house washing, experts. And they'll list every single service in their business name, right? You don't want to go ahead and do that. You don't want to go ahead and list every single service that you have in your business name. Simple, guys. Keep it simple. Use your business name because, like I said, this is actually relevant whenever you're submitting your appeal, which I will get into, right? This is very important when you're submitting your appeal, because this is one of the top reasons why I see guys' Google My Business listing get suspended, right? Address is by far the number one that I see, right? And like I said, this is a lot of stuff, but I'm going to tell you guys, because, this can be very confusing if you're reading this, right? So I want to tell you guys in the most simple way for the address field. And I'm going to use Google's words so that you guys know. So this is the main reason why I see it, because guys use home addresses, they use virtual offices. These are the biggest reasons why I see the address field, like I said, this is the biggest reason why I see Google My Business profiles get suspended, right? So, as you can see, use a precise, accurate address or service area to describe your business location. P.O. boxes or mailboxes located at remote locations aren't acceptable. So do not use P.O. boxes, right? Well, Jonathan, there's a guy in my local area that has a P.O. box and his isn't suspended. Doesn't mean that yours is not going to be suspended. Do not use P.O. boxes when it comes to your address, right? Mailboxes located at remote locations aren't acceptable. And what does Google mean by remote location? Basically, what Google means by remote location, I'll read it. If your business rents a physical mailing address but doesn't operate at that location, also known as a virtual office, that location isn't eligible for a business profile. So basically, if you're using virtual offices, then that means, like I said, those get flagged by Google immediately. Those virtual offices get flagged by Google immediately. Like as soon as you list your address as a virtual office and Google crawls it and looks at it, you're going to get flagged, you're going to get suspended, right? But there are ways that you can go ahead, like I said, and do it. But like I said, virtual offices, that's if you want to keep your Google My Business profile safe, do not use virtual offices at all, right? So like I said, businesses can't list an office at a co-working space unless that office maintains clear signage, receives customers at the location during business hours, and is staffed during business hours, by your business staff. So if you guys have a co-working space at that point, right, then just make sure that, like there's co-working spaces like WeWork, there's plenty of different co-working spaces, right? Just make sure like on your door, on the glass, by your office, that you will be able to take a clear picture of that signage of that office with your staff in it. Because when it comes to submitting it, right, as you can see, appeal a denied request. Google will always, when you're appealing a denied request, if your request was incorrectly denied, we can help with your eligibility. When you get an email from us, reply with. And most of the time, Google, 90% of the time, Google will deny your appeal when you have a physical location but provided no signage. That's what they say, pictures of the front of the store. They always want you to do that. As soon as you talk to Google, they're like, pictures of the store, send a signage. That's what they want, guys. So that's why it's important to not have your address as your home address. Well, Jonathan, what if I go ahead and I put a sign on my house? I'll tell you that exactly, right? If your service area, Google says it. Google says it right here. For example, if you're a plumber and run your business from your residential address, clear the address from your business profile, which means in this address field right here, you got to clear it because you're running your business out of your residential address. Now, yes, do I have personal clients that have their residential address? I do, because we know having a physical location ranks better. But if you don't want to put yourself in harm's way, and I've talked to these clients about it, I've let them know that, hey, we have a home address on here. Your stuff can get, and if they want to pull the trigger and keep it, then they can keep it because it will help them rank better, right? But as soon as you change it, like if you were to change it to another home address, trust me, nowadays with how Google is, they're going to flag it immediately. And you don't want them to flag it like that, right? So when it comes to the address, straight out of the horse's mouth of Google, for example, if you're a plumber and run your business from your residential address, clear the address from your business profile. Let me put that up close, guys, for you. Right there. You see it yourself up close. Right? You guys see it. So, like I said, you have physical locations and you have a service area business, right? And basically, what is a physical location versus a service area business? What is a service area businesses, right? If your business doesn't have a storefront with clear signage, Google is obsessed with clear signage, but travels to customers at their physical locations, you're allowed one service area business profile. So basically saying that if you don't have a physical location that has a sign, or like a co-working space with an office that has a sign, if you don't have that signage right there and you travel to your customers like most pressure washing businesses do, clear your address. And best practices, if you have a physical address with clear signage, then after that, do not clear your service area. Clear service areas if you have a physical location. If you have a physical location, clear the service area section, right? If you have a physical location. If you don't have a physical location, clear this address field. If you don't have a physical location, right? As you can see from mine, my team of 10, we're all virtual. So we have no location, right? We're all spread out throughout here in America and worldwide, right? So in that sense, we don't put an address, just like you guys should not, right? So what does it look like for clear signage? Well, this is this is an example of a pressure washing business that has, if they were to get their stuff suspended and they were like, well, we need something with clear signage, here's their building with clear signage right there. And I'm pretty sure they have another picture of it as well. Also, let me see. I'm pretty sure they have another picture. Here's another picture. Well, right there at the bottom. I guess that's not a good one right there. But yeah, as you guys can see, that photo that I just showed you guys right now. Oh, this photo right here, which is actually a 360 view. But they could take a picture of the front of this right now, and you can see they have their sign right there, and this is their office, and they have their sign. This is an example of, clear signage that will get approved by Google. This is an example of that address field with signage that would get approved by Google. This would also get approved by Google as well if you submit all of these multiple pictures like this, right? So guys, in simple terms, if you don't have a physical location or a co-working space with clear signage, then your business is a service area business. You need to clear the address field and put service area and then submit your form, right? Which I will get into. If your business has a physical address, just go ahead and clear the service area. Just go ahead and clear it regardless. Just go ahead and clear it. Because what most people try to do is put the physical address and then put like a five, hour radius around their location. Which, this is straight out of the horse's mouth of Google. They clearly even tell you right now. They say if you have different locations for your service businesses with separate service areas and separate staff at each location, you're allowed one profile for each location. The boundaries of your profile's overall service area shouldn't extend farther than 2 hours of driving time. Basically what Google's saying, right? That's all Google's saying is that you could technically, guys, if you wanted to have multiple GMBs, and I can advocate a way to tell you guys, but I'd rather just put out real white hat content that won't go ahead and risk your business profile or anything like that. But basically what they're saying is that when you're creating multiple business, profiles because you service, an area that may be like an hour and a half away from different areas. Like let's just say you were in, Tampa, Florida, like I am, but then you have somewhere that's like in Orlando. Technically speaking, you could have a service area, Google My Business profile in Tampa, and then like an hour and a half away, you could have a service area business in Orlando. You know what I mean? With a GMB out there. You can technically do that. Straight out of the horse's mouth. The boundaries of your profile's overall service area shouldn't extend farther than 2 hours of driving time. That's all Google says at that point. Right? So I'll leave it at that. But that's the biggest thing is the address field. That's where most people should be watching at right now. Now, website and phone number, this is pretty easy. I'm going to go with this really fast. Make sure you use a local phone number. Do not provide phone numbers that redirect or backdoor people to like a landing page or a social media page. The phone number must be in direct control of you. I never see pressure washing businesses get suspended because of their phone number. But just check it anyway, guys. As you know, additional phone numbers can be used on the Google My Business profile, which the other one that you guys can use is right here, the Google Ads location extension phone, which just allows you to track the calls that you get whenever you're running ads and you see like the ad in the Google My Business section in the 3-pack. That's basically when they call, you can like actually track this stuff, which is why you can add another phone number. That's really about it though, guys, right? When it comes to business hours, I don't really need to talk about business hours in that sense, guys. Put your correct business hours. I never see Google My Business profiles for pressure washing businesses get suspended because of business hours. I just don't see it. Because usually the people that they suspend are like banks, as you can see, restaurants, gas stations, movie theaters, hotels, because it's advantageous for them to have certain business hours. Categories. This is another one I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about this real fast because I see a lot of pressure washing businesses don't have the correct categories at all, right? I see it. They have like 8 different categories. Not only can this get your Google My Business profile, if it does get suspended and Google looks over it, it can get your appeal denied, but also it hurts your SEO. It hurts your SEO as well when it comes to your categories, right? So let me show you an example. What I see a lot of guys do when we audit these Google My Businesses, they'll have their categories and they'll put like, oh, Jonathan, we clean roofs, therefore we're a roofing contractor. You're not a roofing contractor, right? You're not a roofing contractor. And they're like, what do you mean? We clean roofs. So what you guys need to do is just Google roofing contractor, because there's a reason why Google has it as a category, right? Because they want you to be able to be found. So if I type in roofing contractor, right? Roofing contractor, right? I type in roofing contractor, right? What shows up? Nothing but actual roofing businesses. Pressure washing businesses aren't going to show up. Perez Roofing, these are businesses out of Tampa, but like roofing contractor, right? South Shore Roofing. Even in this local service ads, you have roofing companies. Stop listing your category as a roofing contractor if you're a pressure washing business. Stop it. Stop it. Because it's only hurting yourself. I see another one, which I could see why people could get kind of confused. But they'll put like commercial cleaning service. Well, Jonathan, we clean exteriors of commercial buildings. No, don't put commercial cleaning service. Because if I were to look up commercial cleaning service, right? What's going to pop up? Interior cleaning type of businesses. Maid Pro, Tampa, Suds Up Maids, Pro Housekeepers. These are like janitorial. These are janitorial kind of services, right? Disinfecting, all of that. Which, yes, do you guys do? You guys could. But to be on the safe side and to also help boost your rankings for other type of things, just go ahead and eliminate the fact of having, commercial cleaning as a category on your Google My Business, right? And you can find, like I said, the categories right here. Make sure the categories that pressure washing businesses should have. The main category is either going to be pressure washing service, right? So I'll put them up. So the categories that you will rank best with, right? And the categories that you will rank best with and that you won't get your business profile suspended will be pressure washing service, window cleaning service, and gutter cleaning service. These are the main ones that you should have. Any other ones, it's not helping your SEO at all. It's not really helping it at all. And also, like I said, it's just extra categories that you don't need. You know what I mean? So pressure washing service, if you're mainly a pressure washing business, should be your primary category with window cleaning and gutter cleaning as additional categories. If you're mainly a window cleaning service business, then your window cleaning is your primary category and pressure washing service and gutter cleaning service are your additional categories, right? So that's it when it comes to categories. Make sure that you have the right categories when it comes to that stuff. Now, what you guys want to see as well, right, is going to be this right here, the Google My Business Profile Help, which this right here, I will go ahead and link this in the business description. Like I said with the other one, for this Google Guidelines with this, I'm going to go ahead and link this in the description. So you will be able to have access and get this link so that you can do the same thing. Remember, guys, I'm going to link this because, like I said, fix suspended, business profiles. To avoid delays, submit only one reinstatement request per account. So review the business profile guidelines, which we just did. We reviewed the guidelines, right? And then it says sign into your business manager profile and learn how to edit your profile. So if you find that you're in violation of any of these, then make that change through your manage your business profile. Then the third step would be to use their form. which I will go ahead and link this URL in the business description, right? So, as you guys can see, fix issues with the reinstated profile, right? Important. As I told you guys, Google, we can't give specific reasons why any business profile was suspended. They can never give you that. If you have issues with the reinstated profile, reply to the email you got from us, with info about your business. We'll investigate. But Google can never give you a specific reason why your business profile was suspended. They just can't. They can't give you a specific reason. And it sucks. It does. It sucks. So, you click on Use Our Form, right? And you have the form. Did you already submit a reinstatement request? Hopefully you didn't. You would put no, right? Are you an official representative of the company, organization, or account? You're going to put yes. Does your business comply with the Google My Business profile quality guidelines? Make sure you make the change. Don't put no. If it doesn't, what are they going to do? They're going to be like, hey, to find a local, to file a local appeal, you must comply with the Google My Business profile. So obviously, right, if you put I don't know, they're going to tell you the same thing. So obviously, you're going to put yes after you make the change. Now, this is why I say the address is most important. Is your business permanently located at the address, or does it permanently service the area shown on your profile? Then after that, so remember, is your business permanently located at the address, or does it permanently service the area shown on your profile? So make sure, if you are a pressure washing business, make sure that for your physical location, before you do this, if you have a physical location with clear signage, erase the service area section. If you don't have a physical location with clear signage, then erase the address section before you do this step. But you can say yes. Then, have you entered an accurate street address or service area for your business? As you can see, we don't accept address at P.O. boxes or mailing agencies. You would obviously say yes, I've entered the correct address and all that, or the service area. Does your business operate in a service area? In other words, does your business model require you or an authorized representative to the business to travel to the customer's location? So, right? If you no, you could technically put no. You know what I mean? You could. If you have a physical location, you can put no. You could put no, right? If your business has a physical location, put no. If your business does not have a physical location, if your business does not have a physical location, then at that point, you're going to put yes, because you put the right service area. Do you conduct face-to-face business at your location? Once again, for this question right here, right? Once again, for this question right here, if you're a service area business and you don't have a physical location with signage, then you're going to put no, right? You're going to put no. But if you have a physical location, right? If you have a physical location, you can put yes. Because technically, a customer could come to your physical location and you could conduct business there. You can conduct face-to-face business where they can say, hey, I want an estimate. And they can get an estimate if they visit your office. Technically, they could, right? Do you have multiple profiles for the same location, right? You can, you obviously want to go ahead and check that. But you can put, if you say yes, you know what I mean? Then at that point, you should not have multiple profiles for the same location. You should not have that, guys, because as you can see, you know what I mean? I have a legitimate, you just don't want to get to this step. Don't say that you have multiple profiles for the same location. I just told you guys, create a separate GMB with the service area and all that, right? But if not, you could technically put I have legitimate reasons, and you could state your legitimate reasons. But as you guys already know, you're going to have to provide a lot of proof, all of that stuff, right? But if you put no, like I said, you still will have to provide proof in that sense, right? So, what is your name? Obviously, you'd put your name, right? So, put my name. What is your business? What is the name of your business? Pressure Washing Marketing Pros. What is the address or service area? So, what I recommend, guys, is if you have your address, put your physical business location address in this field right here. If you have a location. If you have a location. If you don't, just copy and paste the service area that you put right here, which I would put for mine, the United States, right? I just put United States for my service area. Where do you manage your Google My Business profile? Just put I manage it for your, business.google. Or you could put, if you put like I manage my business, profile directly on search or maps, then at that point, like I said, so for this one, I just always tell guys, do it from this URL. Because then at that point, what you can go ahead and do is your business profile ID, which you can use most of these. But like I said, the business profile ID is going to be a lot harder to go ahead, to find that your business, search on Google, search for your exact business name, like select the menu, do all of that, right? The Google business profile ID is just much harder. Guys, go to business.google, click that link, find your business location, whatever it may be, which now I'm pulling up all my clients now that we have Google My Businesses for, because we do this, guys. We do this. But you would literally just copy this URL. You would literally just copy this URL right here, and you would put that URL right here, right? If you say I manage by going to Google, just put the URL right there. This is the easiest way to do it, guys. I'm telling you right now, do not put this I manage my business profile directly on search or maps, because that's going to make it infinitely harder. Click this link, find your business, and copy the URL. That's at the top right here. I don't advocate doing it directly with the business profile ID. It's infinitely harder to do it that way, guys, right? Just say it this way and put your URL right there, right? Then provide the phone number, and then in your context, state when you put the context, right? So this can have multiple steps to it. In this context section, let's say that you're at the wrong category. Basically what you're telling Google is you're gonna basically suck up to them. You're gonna say, Google, I was wrong, I put the wrong category, or Google, I put the wrong address, whatever it may be. You're gonna go ahead and tell them that on here, right? If you have an address issue to where you switched it and you have a physical location, then you're going to go ahead and attach your signage, right? You're going to put the front of your store, whatever it may be, because you're like, God damn it, Google, I have a physical business location, right? I have a physical business location at this point. You know what I mean? Then what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to go ahead and, attach the storefront photos when you attach the files right there, right? And then you're going to tell Google like, hey, we took pictures, we have a physical location. If you don't have a physical location, you have a service area, and your listing got suspended because of you using your home address or an address that doesn't have clear signage. Basically what you're going to tell Google is you're going to say, hey, Google, I messed up my address. Like I listed my home address as my address, and I now changed it, and now it's a service area business. And then what you do at that point is you take a screenshot that shows, like go ahead, you would do this, you would take a screenshot, right, of everything that shows that at that point, that shows that, hey, you know what I mean? You've erased your physical location and you've had your service area, and you'll upload that to Google to show them proof that you changed your address or that you changed your category, that you changed your name. Just always take a screenshot of proof. Basically, you need to tell Google, don't give it to Google like, hey, Google, this is the second time. If you put that in there, you're going to prolong your request. Just tell Google what you did wrong, right? Tell Google what you did wrong at that point. Screenshot the changes that you made, or if you have a physical location, also include your signage, but just screenshot the changes you made or your signages and upload that file. Upload those files, and then hit submit. And I almost guarantee you, 95% of the time, you will go ahead and get your Google My Business reinstated. I've reinstated, over like 50 suspended Google My Businesses since I've been doing this. So we have a lot of expertise. We've seen it all when it comes to this. But yeah, guys, if you're having trouble with your Google My Business, whatever it may be, you can go ahead and reach out to us. Like I said, the business description, all of these links are going to be provided in the business description as well. All of these links are going to be provided. And then also another thing, like I said, if you need help, go ahead and click the Get Free Strategy session URL below. And we would love to talk to you about what trouble you're having with your business, your marketing, how you can go ahead and get more leads for your business, through Google Ads, SEO, web design, all of that, guys. So, like I said, hopefully you guys follow this. This was a very long video, and I understand it is, but I tried to cover everything when it comes to getting your Google My Business profile reinstated. So if you guys have any questions, concerns, or anything, comment below. Reach out to us at the Get Free Strategy session, and I look forward to speaking with you guys in the next video.